All right, it is Monday, October 23, about 1 p.m. Wrapping up my day. I stopped around 12 earlier today and managed to get my loss right when I was stopping. As you can see here, it was a O in one day, one trade, one loss, minus $900 on the PA accounts today on the three accounts, minus $4,343 between the 7 evaluation accounts. And what can I say? I was bound, I suppose, when I put the stats up here that for the first time that I was going to mess up something of a great record. So it didn't give me a chance to really enjoy seeing my PB setup here be 11-0 for very long, as now it is now 11-1. Can't feel too bad about it. 11 wins out of 12 trades, 92%. Doesn't make me feel bad about the setup. And when we get into looking at the trade itself, if I had left the stop where it belonged, under the pivot where it belonged from the beginning, I would have saved myself a loss in this case. I would have been late though because I had to leave, and so I really shouldn't have taken the trade when I did. But let's talk about that in a minute. For my strategy overall, I'm now 29-5. 85% out of 34 trades. And, today was difficult trading for me just because my family's sick today. And so I had to help out a lot and leave and come back and leave and come back. And so I missed a couple really good setups that I wish I was here for that would have been winners. And my loss, I think if I didn't have the pressure of having to leave right then, I maybe could have made some better decisions about how I played it. Let me pause right here. Before I do that, for anyone that's new to watching, this is just me documenting my strategy and my trading with the indicator that I'm not showing here on YouTube, but I trade it here to the left of this chart. And I just show this chart while I'm trading. And so as you can see today, I got a loss. Whether I win, whether I lose, I show all my trades. I show the balances. I show the P&Ls and where I am on my accounts. And it's verified by the R trader here and the Ninja trader here to show that everything lines up. And with that, let's pause here and I'll take a quick look at my day today and wrap it up because I'm sick of today and ready to move on. All right, so I started today around 6:45, 6:50, something like that, if I remember correctly. And we had already had this big two-leg sell-off. We recovered a little bit, and then we had another one leg down from there. And so I wasn't surprised to see it move these two legs up here. What I was kind of surprised was to measure this larger leg up and to actually reach that larger leg here. This is something I've kind of started to do just last week. This is the beginning of my 6th week on YouTube. And these measured moves that I'm drawing are something I picked up from Max Price Action Trading System. I used to be a PATS trader, and I stopped trading PATS about 7 or so weeks ago when I started trading this strategy instead. And this strategy is a strategy I taught myself, basically. I haven't found anyone on YouTube that trades this strategy using futures, and I've created my own setups for what I enter for trades and the rules and conditions that apply to take those setups. Anyway, so I did start using these measured moves from Pat's system. I thought it was kind of helpful to be able to give me some idea of direction or when a measured move has been reached. When I already have a setup, maybe I shouldn't take a setup after a measured move is reached, or vice versa. If there's still a measured move that hasn't been reached yet, maybe that's a reason to go ahead and take a trade, perhaps even if it's a white subjective trade. I take only gold trades, which are my objective setups. All the rules are met. There are white versions of all my setups, which just means that some version of the rule or something about it isn't exactly right, and therefore it makes it more subjective, and I try to skip those as much as possible for the most part. If we zoom in here, we'll see that I had a PB early on around 7:30 that I skipped. It there was something a little bit odd about it, and so I considered it a white version. Skipped it, would have worked. And then I had two legs up already when we got a low that looked kind of white and subjective as well. So again, I skipped it and it worked. And then had a OJ here that again, there was something a little bit odd about it. Didn't fit my rules exactly. Skipped it, would have worked. You're seeing a theme here today. Then I had to stop trading somewhere right around here just before 9 to take care of my kid who's sick today. And so I missed a great PB setup that was gold that would have worked, as well as I missed another one over here. Gold would have worked just exactly to 8 ticks. Would have got 6 on that one. Would have got, or I think, no, this one worked for the full 8. This one worked for exactly 8 ticks. Probably would have got 6, but I wasn't here to see it, so who knows. And these measured moves are doing wonders, showing me where price is going. So I do like that I'm drawing them. Got this leg down, reached it to a T before it traded back up. And then there was a LO here that looked white, kind of a little odd looking to me. I skipped it, would have worked. And as well as this OJ, I saw it at the last second. This bar was huge. It was 24 ticks. And I just wasn't expecting this bar to form like this at all. And so where the bar closed, I had looked away, I looked back, I was like, oh my God, that bar closed exactly in the right spot for an OJ setup. And I was just not quick enough to act on it. It would have worked for 8 ticks or 6 ticks. And then immediately right after this PB set up. Now at this point, I knew I had to leave. I knew I was going to leave at like 11:55 was my plan. And I was still here looking at it. And of course, this set up right when I was going to leave. And frustrating because, first of all, I didn't have any direction for where the market was going at this point. The measured move down had been reached. We had a leg up. We had a higher low. I was thinking maybe we'll get, in my head, I was thinking I didn't have time to draw this because I was in the trade and then I had to leave as soon as it was done. But in my head, this is kind of what I was thinking. To reach a measured move here would have been plenty of room on this PB to get there. That's kind of how I saw it in my head. We had already reached a measured move down. So one leg up, two legs up, higher low. Seemed like it was reasonable. Now, a couple of things, because I knew I had to leave at 11:55. My wife had a phone call she had to make, and it was important. So I needed to leave. And of course, the setup right when that was happening. First thing is, if I have to leave in the next couple of minutes, I shouldn't be entering a trade. It's just too much pressure. It's a couple times now that it's happened to me, and I need to just say it's too late to take a trade. I'm done. So that was the first mistake. The second mistake is the stop loss was supposed to be all the way down here at this white line. When I entered the trade, I put my stop somewhere here in the middle, just thinking it would work right away. And then when it started pulling back, I was like, oh, shoot, I really need to put my stop where it belongs, which I did do. And so then when it came and made this pivot and went up here, it faked me out. I made the mistake of moving my stop here. And I just, in my head, the pressure of having to, I was late for my wife's phone call. And the pressure of like, well, it feels like it's going to be a losing trade already. Move the stop here. And as you can see, I mean, this is like so frustrating and ridiculous that I put myself in this position. But you can see it stopped me out. I got even a tick of, I mean, the bar didn't even go there. I guess that was my MES trade. I lost an extra tick on my live account. Is my guess. So yeah, look at that. I got stopped out to the tick and then it recovered. And while it wouldn't have hit the measured, or it wouldn't have hit my 8 or 6 tick scalp, if I was here and was in the trade and had my stop left where it was supposed to be, I wouldn't have got stopped out. And when it recovered and came back up here, I absolutely know I would have moved my auto stop to either +1 or +2 when it was getting up here, and I wouldn't have had a loss. So while we're calling it a loss on the official counter, it's kind of a pseudo, not really loss for the setup, because if I had played it correct, I could have gotten out without being red. Would have had a small profit and would have been a small green day. So a bunch of lessons to learn from this. The reality is like, this isn't going to kill me. This is, 3 trades trading the 1 contract. It's fine. The payout, I have to wait for the payout period again anyways. So there's plenty of time to make up the 3 trades and get enough trades to qualify. And same thing here. So it's a bummer that I took a loss and didn't need to, but there's no reason to get upset or get frustrated and take bad trades after that, or do anything crazy or take trades late in the day when I'm not supposed to, according to my rules. And the same thing with the valuations. None of these are renewing right now, so I have a little bit of time to do some recovery mode on this, and it should be fine. So unless I just get some bad timing and get another loss right away, which according to the probabilities doesn't seem like it should happen, but you just never know. 2 losses in a row are possible in a 90% probability strategy. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, today, not the best start to the week, not a fun day, not a good way to end. Definitely some frustration. I definitely had to come and go throughout my live trading session for anyone that watches that, because both my wife and kid were both sick. So I had to go back and forth and miss some good setups, and it's just the way that goes. But I think the biggest lesson is, when I entered the trade, I know the risk should be here. The stop loss, just put it there. Don't play games with it, because then I was already moving it because I didn't have it in the right place to start with. So then I had to move it down, and in my mind, wanting to reduce risk, still wanted to move it back up, and I took an unnecessary loss. So secondarily, if I need to go, don't take the trade, because I would have needed to stay in this trade all the way to here, which was like 12:05. And so then I would be making my wife late for her call. And so that's not cool either. So really just, I put myself in a bad position here, and this is what I get for not being a little bit more responsible in my trading today. Otherwise, frustration, but better day tomorrow, I'm sure will come. I did a lot of testing on a lot of back testing on my strategy on playback over the weekend. And of course, took no losses. Everything was great. Was super confident for today, and I felt like I was doing everything right today. Just bad timing in some spots, and this unfortunate loss. It is what it is. No matter how great your strategy is, psychology, the human condition, things happen, and my strategy would have been good. Me being a human and making mental error mistakes, letting pressure get to me, cost me a loss, cost me a red day today. How many times can I say that, right? All right, I'm done repeating myself. Looking forward to a better day tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll do it again then. All right, thanks. Bye.